Guys, second video from me today. This is kind of a lot for me, but there is something really important that I want to talk about, and it's something that I just wrote in the Discord private trading chat room. If you're not part of that, definitely check it out because it is super cool. Anyway, I wrote a valuable lesson for everyone today. I talked about this falling wedge in my weekly trade review. So yesterday I came out with a video where I talk about past trades and the current chart patterns and some trending topics. And I talked about something with Litecoin, and we're going to go over to the chart right now so I could kind of show you guys in real time what it looks like. So this is Litecoin on the daily, and yesterday, let's actually go to the 4 hour because it's going to be a little bit more transparent here for you guys. So yesterday during the weekly trade review live stream, I was talking about Litecoin, and I was saying that it is forming a falling wedge and there is good potential we might break out to the upside. I also said, we might just completely break to the downside and hit this, $61 area. So I was pretty much on the fence about it. But what I was trying to do, I was trying to get this falling wedge pattern all the last few days and a little bit over the weekend as well. And basically I had entries all up in here. And if you go to enzo.com, you'll see my last few trades. I think my last 2 or 3 trades were all losses, and they're actually pretty substantial losses. So I typically always cut my losses around 0.5 to 1%. And 3% is like my all-time stop loss. I'll never try to go over 3%. And my last 2 losses were like both at 2.5%. So it was just extremely unacceptable and a big issue. One of the trades actually happened during the live stream because I was so focused on the live stream and talking about stuff, I completely missed the exit. So I was really disappointed in myself because I should have never let that happen. And the second one was, what was it? It was just over the weekend, and I was holding this thing for way too long. I was kind of in the phase of, hoping, and I just didn't get out of it. I have no idea why I didn't get out of the trade. It's something I always do. I don't know, maybe it's because I'm sick, but something mentally is not right in my head right now. And I figured, it's a really good idea to make a video about this because it's really important for you guys to kind of see my thought process. And one of the biggest things I want to hit home on this exact video is the fact that, actually I wrote it down, so let me just read it verbatim so I don't forget. Okay, I said, where is it? Okay, so yeah, like those last 2 losses I was talking about, I said I let these last 2 trades throw me off mentally, and I just missed a perfect setup. This happens and will happen again. I can't get too bummed out about it because I at least get to share my experiences with you guys, and at least I didn't lose any money on my last trade. But remember guys, this is the most important part. Every trade is unique and nothing has to do with your last trade. So every time you always look at the market with a fresh pair of eyes. Okay, that was my comment I left today in the Discord trading chat room. I said, your last trade is not going to or shouldn't affect your next trade, right? We are really wired to think that way. And I know this happens to me all the time, if I mess up my last 2 trades, my third trade, for some reason, is handicapped in some regards in terms of I'm just limited in my belief that it will be, a successful trade or something like that. So I'll take my profits way too early, or, I'm just trying to avoid a loss at all costs, right? And that's really what I'm thinking. I'm not thinking about making a profit. I'm thinking about avoiding a loss. And that today made me miss out on, a 5 to 7% trade, which would have been huge and would have put my account super back in the green. So it's a little crazy that this happened. I'm kind of a little bit upset about this whole entire trade, but you can't really be upset and kill yourself. And this is the trade right here. I made about 40 bucks on it. It was like a 0.6% gainer, and then before fees. So then you have to calculate another 20 bucks for fees. So it was just overall pretty bad. So here is the ascending channel more or less ending. This is on a 5-minute chart, so it seems like a lot of lines, but in general, this is the ascending channel coming to an end. And I try to get in a little bit early. I try to get in over here, hoping for a breakout. Didn't get it. I should have got out and all this nonsense, but I got out over here. And again, I was waiting for the ascending channel breakout right here. We had a little breakout. I bought and we didn't get an explosion. this is when I was doing the live stream. I should have got out in all this mess, but I didn't. I got out here at almost the all-time low. And this was really, really, I don't know, this bummed me out for a little bit. I'm not going to lie. I was just like, how did that happen? You know, like that just shouldn't happen. Anyway, so today we see we're holding our highs. That's a very bullish indicator. We're forming this ascending channel. Another bullish indicator. I have a pretty nice entry, and then I just get out. You know, I'm thinking, you know, the price is a little weak. You know, we're probably just going to have another fake out again, and I just get out. I mean, oh, it's so crazy that I did that, and I thought that way, and I only thought that way because of the last trade was a mistake. I don't know. I could talk about it forever, but I don't want to because it really bums me out. So yeah, I took out my little profit here, and I should have entered right here when we held our highs. I should have entered right here, and then we had this really nice breakout. So from here to here, roughly 6%, but from where I got out, and then maybe even in this bounce or this bounce, which would have been phenomenal entries. Again, 8%, and you know, from top to bottom, we're over 10%. So this is the run-up that I was waiting for the last, I would say, week, and constantly had bad entries on, and simply because I wasn't focused. I didn't take a step back, look at the bigger picture. I was trying to play with fire when you know, I was just trying to get an early entry, and I should have just took a step back, relaxed a little bit, you know, had fun over the weekend, just completely, you know, been whatever, and then get to the charts and then come back here. But I don't know, I butchered this one. I hope some of you guys got it. But yeah, I just wanted to share my current thoughts on this pattern because I felt like it's a really, really, really important, not necessarily pattern, but it's a really important lesson that, you know, if you're making, if you just made two good trades or two bad trades or three bad trades, that doesn't mean your next trade is a bad trade. It could be the perfect trade, right? And that's the same if you're on a winning streak. If you just made, you know, 3, 4, 5, 6 good trades in a row, it doesn't mean your next trade is going to be a win. And if you go into that next trade thinking it's going to be a win, and all of a sudden you're super biased and you're holding it past 3%, past 4%, and you're, you know, the price is running against you, you can take a massive loss. So that, to me, that was right in the flipped version, right? I didn't cut my losses quick enough. And then this time I was like, I'm just going to get out of this trade. And then sure, lo and behold, it was actually the good trade. So never let your past trade depict or decide your future trade. And I've definitely learned that lesson in the past, but this was a good reminder. And it's something I've gotten a lot better at, but you know, it doesn't matter. You always kind of make mistakes here and there, but it's all about recognizing the mistakes and so on. I know some of you guys are probably going to ask, why is this an ascending or a falling wedge? And basically all falling wedges, you could give it a quick Google. It's you have lower highs here going down, and then you have lower lows here, and then it's more or less a shape like this. Yeah, just like a wedge. I mean, there's really not a lot to describe about it. And your typical breakout of a falling wedge goes, I think it was halfway back to the high around here. So I know we're approaching that level. This is not something I want to be chasing right now. You could read a lot more about falling wedges and prepare yourself for the next time there's a falling wedge. We had two really nice falling wedges with Bitcoin earlier this year. You could see them here, right? Had a huge falling wedge right here, breakout, nice falling wedge right here, breakout. So, you know, it's something that you see oftentimes on the 5 minute, on the 1 hour, on the 4 hour. I mean, it's something that happens quite frequently. I do like to find them more on the 4 hour or daily, right? It's something that typically takes a bit longer for me to unfold, and longer patterns have way more power over short-term patterns. So just keep that in mind. And when I mean long-term patterns, I really just mean long-term view. So the 1 hour and the 4 hour are the best to find these patterns. And then the 5 minute and stuff like that, it gets a little choppy, but you can still identify patterns. Like we found the ascending channel or the ascending triangle. Sorry, so many things to talk about. We found the ascending triangle right here on the 5 minute, right? This is a 5 minute pattern, and it would have been perfect. I was actually on a few phone calls today during this, so I missed this whole breakout entirely. Right now we're looking for some developers for our new trade journal project, which is going to be super badass, but keeps me a little busy right now. So yeah, I hope you guys found that video useful. I just kind of wanted to rant a little bit to maybe clear up my mind. So thank you for being my therapist, and I hope you learned something from this. Till next time, guys. Ciao, ciao.